The Bitcoin RSI is crashing toward records low, but if we look at history, every single time we tapped into such low levels on the RSI, Bitcoin moved exponential towards the upside. We are seeing almost a breakout on the US MEMP. This is the US unemployment rates on manufacturing, and every single time we saw this breakout happening, Bitcoin moved towards the upside significantly. These are my plans for trading this weekend, and we are creating a massive rising wedge pattern, which is really good for Bitcoin. We will dive into that and way more in today's video, but first of all, please make sure to follow me over on X to never miss something into crypto ever again, and please make sure to join my free Telegram link in the bio. And make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel if you love those daily update videos, and then we will dive right away into the charts, because this chart is very important. We have seen a massive RSI crash towards new lows here. This was our support this whole bull run, and we closed below it. But people think this is a really bad sign for Bitcoin. But look at the prices before we hit those levels. What happened? This level was created, everyone was in fear, but it was the 2018 bear market bottom. Right here, everyone was stressed, was in fear about such low RSI levels. That was the exact COVID bottom. Here we saw way lower RSI points getting in. Everyone was in fear. That was almost the bear market bottom. Right now, we are seeing a low RSI here at $81,000 Bitcoin. But that is one thing. Every single time we got such a low level on the RSI, Bitcoin moved towards the upside. We moved towards the upside right here, approximately 300%. Right here we moved 1200%. Right here we moved 500%. So these moves and these signals are pretty high confident, and right now we are seeing such a low levels on the RSI once again. But for me, this isn't fair. This is a really good buying opportunity for Bitcoin. This is, historically speaking, the best moment to scale in your Bitcoin. This is exactly what data is saying throughout the last 8 years, that these low levels on the RSI are the best buying opportunities for Bitcoin. So that is exactly what I am doing here. Also, if we look at the US manufacturing employment rate, that is this blue chart on the lower side here, every single time we broke resistance and broke out towards the upside, that we saw Bitcoin also searching towards the upside, which is massive. We saw it right over here in 2015. So we had created resistance here, we broke out of it, retested it in 2016, and we saw a move of approximately $4,900 towards towards the upside. Right here we saw resistance getting created. The US manufacturing broke out of it, and we saw a price increasement of approximately 750%. Right now we created resistance here, and we are currently almost breaking out of this pattern, which could lead for a new massive run for Bitcoin. Also here, we have seen this breakout in the past, and data shows us that this is a really good sign for Bitcoin. And don't ignore those signals, because when we saw it in 2015, the price surged way more towards the upside as people expected. And if you didn't look at the data, you would miss out of this whole move towards the upside. Exactly the same with 2021, and it is currently happening once again. So still, for me, this is a really good thing for Bitcoin to see, historically speaking. Then for the little bit lower time frame here, what am I expecting on Bitcoin? We tapped at $80,000 level. Right now we pump towards the upside. We got rejected by this drop-off point. Once again, that is a first red box I've been drawing here. But an important thing to hold is this low. So if we create a higher low right over here, that is a really good thing in the market, because we are close to change structure right over there. So for now, the opportunity is here. If we see those confirmations to long Bitcoin around this low. If you want to see the confirmations and get updated about this trade, please make sure to follow me over on X or join the free Telegram link in the description, and you will never miss out on a setup in crypto. Then we are gonna enter it right over here, trade it towards the upside. Also, this is a very good short opportunity. So we have a long opportunity and a short opportunity. This is the long opportunity, so just trade that higher low level for a trade and trend structure. Of course, there is a possibility that we don't see our confirmations and drop further towards the downside, but we're not in the trade then. If we get hold and see a break of structure and good confirmations around this low, we can trade it easily towards this level. This is a pretty high confident sell level, a resistance level. So if we see the right confirmations here, we can also short this trade further towards the downside, and I don't think we will trade it all the way to the low, but right over here, that is a really nice trade as well. So that is what I'm planning to do on Bitcoin right now. If you want to trade Bitcoin or crypto by yourself, please make sure to sign up on WeX through the link in the description. You will have the best trading circumstances out there, and if you are trading those setups with me, this is the best chance to get the best trades as possible. Then if we look at Bitcoin, we can see on the weekly time frame, which is a massive time frame for Bitcoin, we see that we currently created resistance on the top side, and we of course rejected of it right over here. But a good thing to see is we also created support on the lower side for Bitcoin, which is also really good to see. But if we have resistance and support coming closer to each other, we are compressing the price. And what does this mean? That the breakout is imminent for Bitcoin. And this pattern is really big for Bitcoin. And if we see a breakout towards either the upside or towards the downside for Bitcoin, that could lead for a massive move on Bitcoin. So there are two scenarios I said here. We can break towards the upside. If we do so, we wait for the retest and we will trade Bitcoin towards higher levels. But also another scenario is we are breaking this support line, and that means that we can trade Bitcoin towards the downside. For now, it looks like we are getting supported by the support zone, but I'm keeping my eyes on this breakdown and breakout as well, and I will keep you posted when this happens, because this could lead for a huge move on Bitcoin, because we can easily target the lower side of $54,000 if we see so, and if we pump towards the upside, we can easily see a $200,000 Bitcoin here. So I'm keeping my eyes on this one because this is massive for Bitcoin. Then if you look at the on-chain data, the long liquidations just hit their highest level in a year. And of course, this is a good thing in the market because the matrix is cooling off. People are getting stopped out of their positions. No one is in positions anymore. So this is a good thing to see for the market makers, because they can literally push the price whenever they want towards certain levels. They don't need a big amount of money to move the price. This is also two sides. So of course, this is a good thing to see that no one is in the market, no one is buying, no one is, and people are selling. But a important thing is that institutions can trade the market with a little bit of money towards the upside, but also the downside. So please be careful with high leverage trades here, because the volatility is very big on Bitcoin. And that was it for today's video. Please make sure to follow me over on X, join my free Telegram link in the bio, and of course, please make sure to subscribe over on my YouTube channel if you want to support me and like this daily update videos. And of course, you can like them, and I will see you tomorrow by a brand new Crypto Daily Update video.